How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title of this video, um, I'm 24 years old and I still live with my mom. Now, I don't say that proudly. I really don't say that proudly at all. But I want to kind of give you a little breakdown, I guess, of my life, kind of where I'm at, what I'm striving for. And if you've already watched the past couple videos, might be a little different, but I'm gonna kind of tell you about who I am a little bit. And if it does sound loud, there are some seagulls behind me. They kind of quieted down a little bit now, but they were screaming for a minute. I'm not using any microphone today, just the phone audio. I kind of like that background noise aesthetic. You know, if you hear the wind, the birds chirping, sounds nice. But anyway, let's kind of dive in. Yeah, I am 24 years old and I still live with my mom. And it's not been a plan to live with my mom this long. I'm grateful that she's allowed me to stay here, and it's not like I'm some, I'm not a bum. I'm not leeching off of her. I have a job. I pay for my own car insurance, my car note. I pay for food and stuff if I go out to eat and all that stuff. And I don't think she really hates having me there. We have fun all the time. If she cooks dinner, I'm watching Seinfeld with my mom and my stepdad, who I actually like. It might be rare to like a stepfather, maybe not, I don't know, but he's cool. My mom's cool. It's hard to leave this place, man. And where I'm from in Florida, I live in the Panhandle. Some of you guys might have, if you're watching this video, some of you might have vacationed here at some point in your life with your family. I live in Panama City Beach. I don't know if I should be saying that, but it's kind of close to Destin, seaside area. And if you've been here, you know how hard it is to leave this place. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, look where I'm at right now. I'm in my neighborhood, and there's a little bridge right here. There's the bay behind me. I'm about 15 minutes from the Gulf, and I'll kind of put a couple videos up, little short videos to kind of show you just how pretty it is here if you've never been here, and kind of how hard it is to leave. It is like a little bubble here, and some of you may be watching this in a different part of the country or a different part of the world. You might feel the same way about your town, but growing up in a beach town it's hard to leave. And I've seen some of my best friends kind of finally start moving out. One of my best friends moved to Austin, which is eventually where I'm kind of trying to go there soon, hopefully before the summer. Main goal is to move to Argentina. I've been there a couple times. I love it, and that is my number one goal. I'm gonna strive to do that. Find a remote job doing something, gain some more skills, so that I can use it in a career. But whatever I was just saying, leaving a beach town is hard. When you grow up in a place like this, it almost kind of traps you here. And it might do that for places that you live in too. I don't know, but it's nice here. But yeah, living with my mom, it's not bad. I like it. It's a double-edged sword. Obviously, I'm not paying rent, so that's nice. I have a job, trying to save up some money. But when I live here in the neighborhood she lives in, and I come out here, I walk on the trails, I go to the beach, I realize, do I really want to leave this place? The answer is still yes, of course. But there's so much beauty in this spot. Not just exactly where I am. I mean, it is gorgeous right where I'm at. I come out here all the time if I need to take a step back and kind of relax, listen to a little music, look at the sunset. I like that kind of shit, but I feel like a loser. And I know I talked about that a couple videos ago, how it's not a bad thing. And it's really not in context, with some context. You can use it as motivation, but my goal, I don't want to be 30. I don't even want to be 25 years old, still living with my mom. To me, it just sounds, I sound like a loser, and if you do, that's okay. Maybe it's a different circumstance. Maybe you're taking care of your parents. I don't know, whatever it is. But me personally, seeing all my friends moving out, moving on with their life, getting better jobs, some jealousy kind of creeps up sometimes. Definitely does. I'm not going to deny that. I'm happy for them at the same time, of course. They're my best friends. But it's kind of pushed me to the limit of wanting to stay here. And I do still have a few friends that still live here, and they'll probably live here for a little longer. I know a couple of them kind of want to get out of this place as well. And I don't want to be a loser. I don't want to be a bum still living here. I want to get out, do something with my life. And that's what 2026, new year, new me. Same cliche kind of bullshit. But I guess in this case it's true. But gosh, man, I know you can't see it right now. Right to my left behind the camera is the sunset. I might have been staring at it a little too long, so my eyes are kind of blurry, but man, it is gorgeous. Orange. Anyway, totally off topic. But yeah, living here is a double-edged sword in a beach town. It's hard growing up here. And just to bring up a few more, examples, I guess, kind of tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up, born and raised here. When I was young, growing up, there was hardly any people in this town, so it was nice, kind of almost like a little secret beach town. Not many people came here, but now every year there's more and more people coming here. Some of them are nice. We get a lot of snowbird, a lot of old people, really rich people too, that come here. They're buying up all this land. They're mowing shit down, mowing trees down, destroying shit, and it's just become kind of like a tourist trap, I guess. Every summer it's just overcrowded. Some places that I like to go, you just can't even go there. Even driving sucks. Florida drivers are, I don't know if I want to say some of the worst or just crazy. Might be a mix of both, but it is wild here. But yeah, I grew up in this town my whole life. Grew up playing baseball. I learned to love this place. Who doesn't like the beach? I liked going to the beach growing up. It's beautiful white sand, turquoise water. You've got some nature and trees out here, like what's around me. You get the bay. There's a few things to do here, but at the same time, there's also nothing to do here. And I guess that might go for any small town in the U.S., but yeah, it's hard. It's tough. Yeah, I grew up playing baseball. I've traveled a little bit. I've been to a couple other countries, saved up money, gone to some nice trips. Been to a couple big cities in the U.S. That's why I actually, one of my best friends moved to Austin and loved it there. So many young people. That brings me to my next thing that I was going to talk about. Dating in a small town. At least here where I'm at, it sucks. I'm on a couple dating apps. I mainly just use kind of the basic ones. Hinge, it's kind of the only one I have now. And when I have my location set to where I live now, it sucks. It's like, I know I might not be the best looking guy, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I know I might not be the best looking guy. I know I'm not super bad looking either. I feel like I'm a nice in between. I've got some humor. Once you get to know me, kind of witty. I enjoy simple things. I'm nice, I think. I don't know. I think most people would say I'm nice. But anyway, dating sucks here. It's like girls, for example, girls that I've matched with where I live, I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's me, they don't respond to anything. They match with you and then they unmatch with you, or they match with you and you never meet them because they're a tourist and they're here for a week or 2 weeks and they go back to fucking Arkansas or wherever they're from. It's almost impossible. It feels impossible. I'm sure there's some good ones out there, and there's just hardly any young people here where I live. It's all middle-aged to older people. This is where people come to retire. If they're old, they kind of want to get settled. This is where they come. And this is a place, I might come once I have enough money to retire and do all that stuff. This is a place, to me, this is a great retirement home and a place you want to, you come here to die. Maybe that sounds a little harsh. I don't know. You might not come here to do that, but it's nice. It's hard to leave. It really is. But, just to use as some extra motivation, if you're still in your 20s, your early 20s, mid 20s, if you're still living with your parents, I think I've learned to accept at this point, especially in the past couple years with how the world is, how the economy and all that shit is. It's understandable. It's relatable. It's not as looked down upon, I think, as some people would have looked down on it in the past, 10 years ago or whatever. I think it's kind of become more of a norm of some sorts. I'm not saying you want to continue living with your parents. I don't suggest that. I think everybody needs to spread their wings and get out. And that's what I'm trying to do this year. I'm setting some goals, stop delaying my action. And I'm kind of just, doing shit. And I'll figure it out. Everything will be okay in the end. That's my mindset as 2026 has come around. Yeah, we're setting a goal. My birthday's in October. I turn 25. I want to be well out of the house before that. I will be. So mark my words. Eventually I will be making videos and I will be in a city. I will not, I might not have a good a view as this, but it's a fresh start. And I think a lot of people who are questioning moving out, maybe if you're 17, 18, 19, you're still young, you got some time, you might still be in college, living at home, whatever it may be. I think it is paramount that you move out while you can, save up some money. Don't be so scared to do it. I know it's crazy shit coming from me. I'm 24, still living with my mom's, but don't be afraid to do it. I think I finally acknowledged that at this age, and yeah, putting one foot in front of the other. Don't be afraid to get shit done. Don't be afraid to take a leap, take that first step. I've been scared the whole past 2 or 3 years. I think it's been my biggest fear is moving out, not being able to support myself financially, finding a job in a new city, making friends in a new city. But I've come to realize, and I think going out of the country, I went to Argentina a few times, or a couple times, and when I went there, it was almost like I could reinvent myself. I was a completely new person. I had the mindset of nobody here knows who the hell I am. They don't care. I can be who I want to be there. Whereas if you've been living in a small town your whole life, like I have, you go to the same spots, you go to the same places, you see the same people all the time, and they have a preconceived perception of who you are, if that makes any sense. I kind of tried to big brain that there, and it might have been right, but I'm not sure. Yeah, they have a idea of who you are already, and they kind of expect things from you. Whereas if you go to a new place, new country, new city, whatever it may be, it's almost like you can be a different version of you, whoever you want to be. And that's how I felt even when I visited Austin, Texas, when I went to Argentina. I was a lot more confident. The way I talked, I felt like I could, be a little more, I guess, goofy. I don't know, goofy in a sense. Be more kind of myself, my authentic self, who I wanted to be. And it felt great. It felt fucking awesome. So, yeah, that's the main goal of 2026. Just wanted to make a short video about that. And if you're kind of in the same boat, let me know. If you are in the same boat, I'm sure you know kind of how it feels. You like it. It might be nice, but at the same time, you kind of feel like a loser, like a little bum. And don't want to keep feeling like that for the rest of this year. So we're going to make shit happen. We're going to change. Every day we're growing. It is a new year, a fresh start. I'm sure there's going to be some failures in life. I'm going to fall down a bunch, but I'm going to keep getting back up. I don't give a shit. I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm going to keep trying to make these videos. Going to keep improving. Kind of stay authentic, stay real. Come up with different topics to talk about. It might be some random shit I'll talk about. Who knows what the future holds. I got some funny stories too. I might drop some stories in on some of these videos if you guys like to hear them. But yeah, we'll see. That was pretty much the end of the Yap Fest in this video. It might have seemed like I was yapping, but hey, if you don't like what I'm talking about, you don't like hearing my voice, you can mute the video and at least enjoy the scenery behind me. It's getting cold. My hands are getting a little frigid right now. There is a deer running in the pond behind the camera. I can't make this shit up. It's like I feel like I'm in a Snow White movie and I'm one with nature right now. All I need is a bird to come sit on my shoulder. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this kind of shit, you want to see some more of it, any suggestions, stuff I missed, stuff you want to hear me talk about, drop it down below. Appreciate it. If you subscribe, give me some more incentive to make some more of these videos. If I know it's going out to people and people are listening, I will gladly make more of this stuff. And I'm going to start enjoying doing what I do. So yeah, that's going to be the end of it. I'm wrap it up here. Stay warm. If you're in the US, stay warm. Try to stay warm out there. I know it's cold everywhere besides South Florida. Fuck you. It's 80 degrees. I'm just kidding. I love you. Yeah, enjoy your life. You only get one. New year. It's only February. Time to start making shit happen. Change your life. Take control of your life. Good things are gonna happen. Anyway, that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody out there. And I will see you next time.